Hi everyone, my name is Sangyub, a case counsel of KCAB International, which was established in 2018 as an independent division of KCAB, which specializes in international arbitration. First of all, I feel greatly honored and privileged to have a chance to be present in Dubai Virtual Summit and also appreciate your joining in my session out of your busy schedule. This is all of my presentation and content today. After navigating some changes due to COVID-19 pandemic in terms of virtual hearings, we see how and why these changes become a new opportunity for arbitration institution, including KCAB, in more details. As you might agree, the pandemic has been continuing to test and break the idea of normal. In our lives, in professional aspect, there has been no exception to international arbitration community. As in other industries, the global pandemic forced this community to adapt to the new normal. International arbitration service industry has entered a new era of increased chance of technology. Even before the first reported case of COVID-19, major international arbitration institutions already began accepting the necessity of virtual hearings, and the pandemic certainly accelerated this trend. With this broad picture in mind, today on here, I'd like to discuss ongoing developments on virtual hearings and how we further seek new opportunities in this coming and already realized virtual world. Let's see this survey first. According to Queen Mary University's recent survey, 79% of respondents chose to proceed at the scheduled time as a virtual hearing, even if a hearing could no longer be held in person. But only 16% would postpone the hearing until it could be held in person. There are many advantages for virtual hearings, and if you see this right, you could figure out a main reason why practitioners are favored for virtual hearings. 65% think a key advantage of virtual hearings is a potential for greater availability of hearings and of dates. According to the survey, the majority of interviewees may have preferred to postpone any scheduled hearings with the expectation that this bad condition will be over soon. However, as it became clear that the exceptional circumstances of the pandemic could continue for some time, there was a shift in attitude for using a virtual format. Furthermore, it turned out that interviewees explained that this shift was motivated by the practical need to limit the time and cost due to indefinite procedure delay. Actually, similar trend and condition has been spotted in KCAB as well. Statistically, we could see dramatic increase of numbers related with virtual hearings in 2020 compared to that in previous years before the pandemic. The total number of virtual hearings conducted by KCAB in last year increased by 550%, from 2 cases in 2019 to 13 cases, and days of virtual hearings increased by 1,500% from 5 days to 82 days. Since the pandemic broke out early last year, KCAB International has responded to the challenges very effectively by promptly embracing new ideas and technologies. Our kick switch to offer virtual-friendly settings has been supported by 2 aspects: the Seoul Protocol on Video Conferencing in International Arbitration and Seoul International Dispute Resolution Center, we call it SIDRC. First, Seoul Protocol is a guide consisting of 9 articles on planning, testing, and conducting video conference in international arbitration. Actually, it was first announced at the occasion of the ADR conference, our major seminar in 2018. At the time of its announcement, we never thought about the pandemic, but we anticipated the growing need to have a protocol which would guide us in preparing for the video conference in international arbitration. Next, Seoul IDIC. It is a hearing center run by KCAB, provides a state-of-the-art facility for cases. Cases administered by KCAB as well as other foreign arbitral institutions. The Seoul IDIC is located in the heart of Seoul in the Gangnam business area at the same building of KCAB. Even before the pandemic, it has been highly appreciated by the users for its convenience accessibility to airport terminal, premier international hotels, and shopping and fine dining cuisine options within a working distance. Now, as a one-stop service, as a one-stop ADR center, Seoul IDIC offers not only various on-site services, but also services related and before and during virtual hearings. It now achieves both virtual and hybrid hearing service as an alternative to in-person hearing. As a case counsel in arbitral institution in Northeast Asia, and assuming most of audiences today are from MENA region, including Dubai, I'd like to share some useful information better to know in resolving your transnational dispute, especially when involved with Korean or other Asian countries' parties. International arm of KCAB shows the reason why Seoul, a capital city of the Republic of Korea, could be the better option for many businesses, including MENA region. As a seat of arbitration, especially when doing transnational business involving Korea-related parties, Korea has established a strong legal framework that promotes international arbitration as a primary dispute resolution mechanism for cross-border disputes. KCAB was established in 1966. That was the same year of enactment of Korean Arbitration Act. And still, the KCAB is the one and only arbitral institution which is authorized by this act in Korea. Also, Korea acceded to the New York Convention in 1973, and in 1999, not long after Asian financial crisis, Korea decided to modernize its arbitration regime. It was one of the first countries to accept the UNCITRAL model. As you can see in here, South Korea was chosen by Dallas Dispute Resolution Guide, which is a renowned study among international arbitration practitioners, as one of these Asian countries to consider as a safe arbitral seat, along with Singapore and Hong Kong. This choice is supported by the fact that Korea courts are well known for their efficiency, reliability, and support for international arbitration through the recognition and enforcement of foreign arbitral awards. According to the World Bank 2020 Doing Business report, Korea ranked second in the area of enforcing contracts. Next, in the perspective of institution, MENA region is not completely new place to KCAB. The following represents the nationalities of users who are the parties to KCAB arbitration cases in 2019. And we received case filings from various parties across the globe. And among these case filings, about half were from Asia Pacific, followed by about 20% in the Americas and 18% in Europe. Each year, the United States and China interchangeably positioned first and second, and Vietnam has been ranked as third these days. My point is to emphasize in here is that KCAB International has also over 10% over MENA region parties. Even in last year, this percentage has been maintained, and we are expecting these numbers to increase year by year. To meet such growing demand from MENA region, and considering the fact that a number of Korean ENC companies are doing business over there, KCAB International has also held some events like a webinar and tried to reach out users in MENA region in order to promote our recognition. This is some scenes before pandemic. KCAB International, usually we try to at least once in a year visit Dubai and Abu Dhabi and has seminars with local professionals with interesting topics. And we truly hope to visit again in person and greet each other directly, not just like via online. In 2020, disputes in construction and commercial transactions constituted a high portion of the total arbitration cases at KCAB. The top three highest numbers of KCAB cases were construction, over 1/3, and trade and IT in order. Actually, construction cases increased by about 9% since 2019. It could imply to users in MENA region that the KCAB is much enough experienced in the area which they are interested in. And not just through our self-evaluation, since our establishment on KCAB International fortunately has getting a good credit from worldwide in its objective stance. Okay, I think it has already passed the expected end time for my session, and it's time to wrap up. This has been all what I prepared, and I would conclude by leaving final message that technology has been a new opportunity to users in arbitration, international arbitration, and this change will never stop, but only will upgrade its efficiency by covering up some disadvantages. Thank you all the attendees for joining today, and hope everyone stays safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.